Welcome to the Get Back, not to be confused with the comeback. This Get Back series right here is about me getting back to what I know best. Competitions, dieting real hard, getting shredded. That's what I know, that's what I love. This is the Get Back, we're getting back to it. I took 2 years off, pandemic, coronavirus, everything came at once. But look, that's over with now. Mentally, we need to get back focused. That's what this series is gonna be all about. Getting back focused, getting back in the kitchen, dieting on point, counting those macros, getting in the gym, in the garage, training hardcore, and leaving nothing on the table. Stay tuned. All right, it's time to train. So what I like to do is grab pre-workout. I'm normally going through 3 different types of pre-workout, all C4, Cellucor. You guys know the link is down in the description box. But yeah, I like to do at least 1 scoop of pre-workout. I'm working out after work nowadays and I'm pretty drained. So today I'm gonna go ahead and run with the C4 Extreme. This right here is the Sour Patch. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen this before. I've spoke about it, but yeah, I really enjoy it. 1 scoop is all I normally need. I'm drained, but I'm not dying of fatigue right now, right? And then I also throw in some creatine, just 1 scoop of creatine as well. And this is all for performance. It's gonna keep me alert with the pre-workout, get my energy up. Creatine is gonna help my performance, help me continue to just be strong while I'm working out, right? Because one thing about it is, at this point, we're just starting our training structure, getting back on track. We really wanna make sure that we are building strength at this point. We're not in a crazy deficit with calories, so we still have room to grow. No dry scooping. All right guys, so today we are training legs. All right, this is gonna be the start of a push-pull split, but I'm gonna go ahead and start with legs. So we'll do legs today, and then maybe tomorrow we'll do push or even pull, and we'll keep running like that, all right? Push-pull legs, I spoke about it in a lot of my other videos, but push-pull legs is gonna allow us to train our body parts at least 2 to 3 times a week, which is ideal, which is a good amount of frequency that you want in order for you to build muscle, all right? You wanna be training your muscle groups twice a week. Now in this video, I'm gonna keep things fairly raw. Normally when I turn on the camera, it throws me off a bit. I gotta set the camera up here, I gotta set the camera up over here. It just throws me off, right? I lose focus in my workout. So for this workout, I'm gonna hit my sets. I may jump in, give you a few tips, speak about it, and then hit my sets, things like that. I'm not gonna really be doing a lot of edits, which I hardly ever do anyways. I noticed that on YouTube, a lot of you like to watch videos where the workouts are more raw. So today's workout is gonna be quad focused. Our hamstrings, our calves are gonna turn on in a lot of the exercises, which normally happens when you train your lower body. But for the most part, we're gonna make sure we emphasize the quad. So we're gonna be doing a lot of squats. So I'm gonna go ahead and get warmed up, and I'm gonna just jump right into it. All right guys, so first up, I'm already one set in. We have 6 sets of goblet squats, elevated heels, all right? So with your feet pointed just slightly forward, you wanna have them out just a bit, but you wanna have a narrow stance. You wanna elevate your feet on a platform. I'm using a weight plate, and we're doing goblet squats. And goblet squats is when you're holding your dumbbell in front of you like this, and you're squatting down, all right? That elevated heel is gonna allow you to get a nice range of motion. I'm currently sipping on some BCAAs right here. I speak about BCAAs all the time. I really believe in BCAAs. When I do my cardio in the morning, I'm sipping on BCAAs, and when I'm working out, I'm sipping on BCAAs. Basically, anytime I'm doing some type of physical activity. These right here allows you to avoid fatiguing too early, too soon. Eventually, obviously, you will fatigue no matter what you're doing, as long as you're pushing yourself to the limit, but the BCAA is gonna help you last a little longer. And also, when we're talking about recovery for after our workouts, the BCAAs play a good part in that. So for my first set, I went ahead and hit 50 pounds. I did 15 reps. Second set, I used 80 for another 15 reps. So what I'm gonna do, since 80 pounds is my highest, heaviest dumbbells that I have in my garage, I'm gonna go ahead and hit maybe 2 more sets with the 80. And then on that 5th set, I'm gonna go ahead and hit about 10 to 15 repetitions on 80, and then immediately following after, I'm going to hit another 5 to 10 on the 50. All right, that's going to really exhaust those legs, really force all that blood. We're just going to keep pumping. All right, so when you train the legs, you want to make sure that you're increasing the volume. When you say increase the volume, we want to do just a few more repetitions, not necessarily lightweight, but we want to make sure that we're doing more sets or even more reps with that same heavy or moderate weight. Oh yeah, we working now. We got a superset right here. We're doing some split squats, all right, using the bench, having that back foot elevated, and then we're supersetting that with some side lunges, all using the dumbbells, all right? So this is a dumbbell-friendly, home-friendly workout that anyone can do. That's why I like to use dumbbells, and mainly because obviously I'm inside of my gym still, my garage gym, you know, so I'm still working out with dumbbells a lot more than I am with obviously machines, because I haven't touched machines in a long time. So just trying to be a little bit more efficient with how I use my dumbbells. So what I'm trying to focus on with my split squat is, you know, keeping my chest up, you know, keeping that back foot elevated, but only having my toes and the top portion of my foot on the bench, right? So I can easily drop with only moving, keep my ankle in place. It's kind of hard to talk now that I'm exhausted, all right? But you get what I'm saying. I have the visual right there on the screen so you see what I'm doing. But yeah, the split squat's nothing new to me. I have videos previous to this one that I go through split squats and things like that. So split squats is one of my go-tos for the quads. And then right here, I'm doing something different. I'm doing a side lunge. Now, side lunge is not something I always do. Some people call it lateral lunge as well. I don't always do this movement. What I'm trying to focus on is my driving leg. I'm trying to focus on keeping that foot fairly straight when I plant it down. All right, I don't want it angled out too far out. I want to try to keep it straight forward. And then my straight leg, I'm trying to focus on keeping that leg straight, fixed. I don't want it bending at the knee or anything like that. It's putting too much stress on the knee. So those are my two cues that I'm really trying to focus on. Also, I'm trying to make sure I'm hinging backwards when I step out. So when I step out, I'm leaning forward a bit. So with this side lunge, I'm not trying to keep my chest up. I'm also trying to lean forward a bit, hinge my hips back, really focus on keeping that leg straight, keeping that foot out. So those are some cues. When you're working out, when you're performing exercises, your technique and your form is going to be pretty much 90% of how you're going to develop the perfect body that you want, right? So the other 10% is obviously loading up the weight and, you know, moving the weight around, because don't get it twisted, you could go in the gym and just jack up form and make some gains, right? But you will get injured eventually. So what you want to do is make sure that you're performing these exercises to the best of your ability. All right, guys, this right here is our last power building type of exercise, all right? Our last squat. What we're gonna do is just some barbell squats, back squats. We're gonna do a high bar. I always go high bar. I used to do low bar, but hey, I'm not a power lifter, right? So power lifters normally go low bar, and that's simply because they get a shorter amount of range of motion, right? Allowing them to lift heavier weight, all right? That's what powerlifting is all about. Right here, we're focused on development. Quad, lower body development. So I'm taking a high bar approach. My feet are more narrow, normally like shorter width apart, nothing too crazy, but it's allowing me to go lower with my depth, right? I'm not necessarily going all the way to ass to grass being putting your butt all the way on the ground. I don't do that. I actually can't do that. Lack of mobility there, but I don't plan to, right? I don't want to, right? So for here, I'm focused on the quads. So the lower you go, if you take it all the way ass to grass, you really turn on those hamstrings, get those glutes firing and everything like that. So keeping all the tension on the quads, we focus more on high bar, taking it to parallel. You gotta go low, but you don't have to break parallel necessarily, right? So for here, my tempo is gonna be very, very slow. I'm taking a slow approach. Now the reason why I do squats last is simply because I can't go as crazy heavy in my garage, because my bar can only hold 300 pounds. My rack can only hold 300 pounds. And quite frankly, after the pandemic and everything, I haven't even been touching 300 pounds, 300 plus. Now at the beginning of the pandemic, sure, I still had some of that strength from prior to the pandemic, but once the pandemic came, I wasn't focused on lifting super heavy. I was more focused on, you know, hypertrophy, getting the volume in, really forming the muscle, developing the muscle. So right here, doing the squats last, I don't have to go super heavy. I probably won't even take it past 225 pounds, right? And my tempo on the way down, super slow. I'm still gonna fire up and out the hole and everything like that, but I'm taking it down low, slow. All right, really focus on that negative.